How's it going, everyone? If from please subscribe to the channel. So I do have a new review for you, and that review is going to be this is a TV series. So I took a while to get this out, and I do apologize. And I've been posting about it. I'm trying to figure out how I was going to do the format for the TV shows because it's the show I'm talking about is Stranger Things. So there's 5 seasons of it out right now. So I'm trying to catch up on it. I'm on season 3, and so I'm probably going to review them in chunks. In other words, like I'm going to review seasons 1 and then I'm going to put up a review for 3 and 4, and then I'll finally do season 5 when I catch up to it. So this is going to be the review for Stranger Things seasons 1 and 2. Okay, so we're going to start with the first season. So Stranger Things season 1, and we have a nice little cast in here. Winona Ryder, Finn Wolfhard, I think no, Sadie Sink doesn't show up until season 2, but Sadie Sink, she is in here too, but she's in season 2, so we won't. So that's just so Winona Ryder, David Harbour, Finn Wolfhard. We got Noah Schnapp, Sean Astin. He shows up. So pretty decent sized cast, and Stranger Things. This is like a sci-fi type show that deals with stuff kind of reminiscent to like Area 51. You have these creatures, these aliens, these beings coming from another world known as the Upside Down, and so first season, we have. I'm going to try to. I know I did spoilers last time on TV shows. I'm going to try to avoid doing spoilers this time. So I'm not gonna spoil anything. Let's kind of get to these episodes because I want to be able to break the episodes down. Okay, so we're not really told in the first episode what's going on. So Noah Schnapp plays a kid named Will Byers. He hangs up with his friends Mike. I can't remember all the Mike, Lucas, and Dustin. These are all like his friends. You know, they hang out. This show takes place in the 80s. They're playing D&D. Playing D&D, that was a huge game back then. It still kind of is. There's people still play D&D, but that was like the really big game back then before video games were really a thing. And so they're playing or whatever, and then they notice their friend Will is missing. They don't know where he is. He's missing. So the entire season, I'm going to try to talk about the season as a whole. So the season does start out with this mystery. You know, where did Will go? What happened to him? So then I forgot to mention Millie Bobby Brown is in here too. So Millie Bobby Brown, she does show up in here. She plays 11. And 11 is this strange girl. She can't really talk. This once they kind of, there's a way that they so when they discover her, like, so I'm trying to avoid spoilers. So the way they discover her is there's this restaurant owner sees her stealing food, trying to get something to eat, and he's trying to get her to talk and tell her where, ask where she comes from, who's her parents, things of that nature. They never really. She ends up she's basically being chased by these people that work for this facility, and she ends up eventually running off and meeting up with Mike and his friends. And then that's how they get introduced to each other. And when Mike sees her, Mike starts having like these feelings for her. And what I will say, like the acting in this is really good. I guess I'm not gonna break down too much of it. I'm just gonna give you that little bit. I'm not gonna spoil nothing for you. But so yeah, so they find out too that 11, Millie Bobby Brown, she plays a really good role in here. She's pretty young in this, and she has like these telekinetic abilities. She can move things with her mind. With a little bit of strain, you see her nose bleed. She has to use a lot of brain activity to use her powers, but she's good in here. I thought all the kids in here were really good too. Finn Wolfhard, which he was in, I think he was in the last Ghostbusters film, if I'm not mistaken. And that was a movie I was going to review too, because I missed that last Ghostbusters movie. But yeah, Finn Wolfhard's in there. He does really good as Mike. And you could see it too. He has like this little crush on 11. I thought it was kind of cute. And it just the whole season is good because the whole season plays up as like a mystery. And they're trying to find out, what happened to their Will. And there's something with Winona Ryder's character because Winona Ryder, she plays Will's mom in here. She's the main character in the series. Winona Ryder plays, like I said, Will's mom, and she's like, she hears Will talking to her, but nobody will believe her. They think she's crazy. Even her other son, Will's older brother, he thinks she's crazy too. Nobody believes her. And they basically are just trying to figure out this whole mystery of what happened with Will. And that's what I think I like about this season is it manages to not only play out as a mystery, but simultaneously it develops all the characters. It develops, Will's mom. I said played by Winona Ryder. You have the sheriff of the town, who was one of my favorite characters too, played by David Harbour. David Harbour is such a good actor, and he's really good in this too. I really do like his character in here. He's a little grumpy, and there's a backstory with him as to why he's grumpy, but he's like really direct and a straightforward guy. He's a no nonsense type person. You can't bullshit this guy. He done been through it all and seen it, and but like I said, it's something with his past that I really like how they fleshed it out in here, to where he is the way he is, and I really did enjoy that about this show as well too. I think Sean Astin does show up in here too, and there's something with him, and you'll see it. It's toward the end of the season. He shows up, and I like his character a lot too. He's like that corny. He's like that corny like stepdad or whatever, however they call him in here. But I thought he was really cool in here too. I really liked him. A lot of people are likable. The bullies in here are likable. Well, one bully in here is likable. But everybody's just so fleshed out in here, and the show does intensify as the season starts to ramp up towards the end, which I really did enjoy that as well too. I think I don't think I had any complaints with season one. There's just like I said, it reminded me of a lot. Somebody said the Goonies, and when I was watching, I was like, yeah, it did kind of remind me of like the Goonies, or if you ever saw the show or the movie Super 8. Y'all remember that movie? Yeah, Super 8. That was actually a good movie. It reminded me a lot of those. A bunch of kids dealing with like supernatural forces, and having like these interpersonal connections and relationships with people, with each other. And I think I think like the friendship bond between the kids is really cool too. And again, the whole that's what really got me is uh the because you know people are gonna look at her crazy when you see Winona Ryder trying to convince people she's not lying. You know, her son. You know, she heard her son talk to her through the walls and stuff. People are like, "What?" Okay, uh, but and David Harbour is one of those people. You know, he doesn't believe her at all. And he's like, "Look, woman, you're crazy. Okay, go home. You know, leave it up to the police. We're going to find Will." And like I said, I just like that whole interaction. I really like the interaction between David Harbour's character, and Winona Ryder's character too. I thought they did a really good job, especially with the back and forth dialogue. And it's Netflix, so you know the special effects look really good. They're amazing, especially the creatures, the Demogorgons. That's they call them, the Demogorgons. They look pretty cool too. But yeah, this so definitely check this one out. I'm gonna give season one for that. I'm gonna give season one a high recommend. It is a high recommend. Check out season one of Stranger Things. Now moving on to season two. Like I said, I told you no spoilers this time. Yeah. So all right, so let's go to season two. I'm because I remember all the episodes now that I'm looking at the thing. So I'm kind of using this as the episode guide as a guideline. Because I know, like I said, it took me so long to get around to this review. I've already seen both seasons. Okay, so so season one, season one does leave off. Season two does leave off, of course, where season one started. So, um, oh man, how do I do this without spoiling anything? All right, so we'll just say this because I don't want to because I feel like the way I'm gonna kind of describe this is probably going to be a little bit of spoiler. Here, I'll tell you what. Um, Go ahead and skip ahead. But if you don't want to hear this, but I'm probably going to put the timestamp up of where I did this at and just tell you to skip ahead. Uh, so so season two starts out. They did get Will out of the upside down. They saved it. They saved him. Uh, and but now something else is going on. Something's wrong with Will. You know, they got him out of the upside down. You know, so you know he's safe, right? He's good. But no, something's wrong with Will. Something's going on with him, and they can't figure out. The doctors can't figure out what is happening to him. What had happened while he was in the upside down. So the same cast definitely returns. This is where Sadie Sink does actually show up in here. And Sadie Sink has her brother. I forgot who um her brother was. Um, and then you got um oh that's right. I forgot too, Nancy. That girl, this girl here, Nancy. She's kind of like a what is she like? She's like a so Nancy. She's basically uh dating she's dating this boy. He's like a bully, pretty much. He's one of the bullies, and he's one of my favorite characters in here, especially in season two, because he was kind of a jerk when you saw him, but he starts to warm up in season one. I think at the end of season one, and he kind of comes in and he knows, just like all the other kids and stuff like that, he knows what's going on. He knows there's some weird stuff happening because he saw the weird stuff happen. So this season deals basically with, like I said, it's they call it the mind flayer. That's the Demogorgon that's attached to Will. So so they gotta figure out, they're figuring out, man, how, you know, how we're gonna stop, you know, this thing that has attached himself to Will now, and Will is out of the upside down basically. Uh, and I will say with this movie, or this movie, this season, um, I did like this one too because like it, it because like the thing that got me on this season was Will, and how weird he was acting, and how crazy he was acting when they tried to stop the mind flare or whatever. So um you got that's the episode where they went trick or treating. Yeah, they went dressed up as the Ghostbusters. Uh oh yeah, and then so we have Dustin. Dustin is the younger kid with the lisp and the curly hair. So Dustin he adopts this creature, and I'm just like, man, that is a bad idea. He's feeding it and acting like it's a little like house pet or whatever, and just like there's nothing good coming out of that. Yeah, I was right. It was the mind flayer. Um, so uh, so yeah, so Dustin, that's what the bully's name is Steve. That's his name, Steve, and Steve is hooked up with Nancy, but Nancy is more into Will's older brother. What was Will's older brother's name in here too? Uh, okay, that goes into season 3. So yeah, I'm not on season 3 yet. I didn't start season 3, but I'll probably do season 3 tonight. Um, yeah, and then you there's 11. She digs deeper into her past. There's things with her past basically, um, and she finds out where she actually came from as well too. So, um, and the ending to that gets intense also, as well, or season 2. I like the season 2, the fact that they kept up the momentum throughout the season, just like they did in season 1. um like I said, there's backstory for 11. um there's um there's like more usage of actually you get to see how strong 11 kind of is, I think, in season 2. You get to see more her do more stuff as well too, more of these like delving moments and things of that nature. um I'm sorry I'm not giving the best review as it's a TV show, because like if I came out with the gate of what I was going to tell you, I was gonna it was going to spoil the end of season 1. So if I told you everything that happens in season 1, because like there's this really crazy, or there's this really epic thing that happens at the end of season 1, and then it got me in season 2. I was like, oh wow, okay, okay. Uh, so no, I both these seasons are amazing. Seasons 1 and 2 of Stranger Things. There, I tried to give my best without spoilers, but this is my opinion of the show. Um, this 2 seasons in, and I'm really enjoying this. I'm enjoying the character development. I'm enjoying the acting. I'm enjoying the special effects. Again, it's Netflix. Netflix is going to give you really good special effects. What can you? I wouldn't expect anything less from Netflix. They're going to spend money because they have money. Um, um, Really, I actually like the soundtrack too. The soundtrack, it gives me that 80s sci-fi type vibe too. And it's just very nostalgic, man. I'm just seeing a lot of stuff that comes up back in the day that was out when I was a kid. So I was born in the mid 80s myself, so there's a lot of nostalgia from what I'm seeing. Like them dress up as Ghostbusters for Halloween and all that stuff. So um, yeah, this is gonna be a high recommend for both seasons. So high recommend for season 1, high recommend for season 2, and let's go into these next 2 seasons, and we'll see if Stranger Things keeps up the momentum. But that is my review for Stranger Things seasons 1 and seasons 2. That's seasons 1 and seasons 2, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.